The Avenger.
The road to crime ends in a trap that justice sets. Crime does not pay.
Scientific experiments, Brandon has perfected several inventions to aid him in his crusade against crime as the Avenger. Most remarkable of these inventions is the highly secret diffusion capsule, which cloaks him in the black light of invisibility. Brandon's assistant, the beautiful Fern Collier, is the only one who shares his secrets and knows that he is the man the underworld fears as the Avenger. And now, the Avenger and the Diploma of Death.
Well, Jim, Founders Day here at Rockland College certainly has brought out the distinguished alumni in full force.
Yes, Fern can point out all the celebrities to you, Inspector. She was graduated from Rockland a year ago.
Oh, no. Almost 2 years ago, Jim.
Oh, I beg your pardon, Fern. 2 years ago, Inspector.
Well, I hope that lady who just sat down in front of us isn't anyone too important. Because as soon as the track meet begins, I'm going to ask her to remove her hat.
Oh, that's Amy Nottingham, the authoress, Inspector. And you'd better be polite to her, or she'll make you the villain in her next book.
Oh, look, that gray-haired man in the front row is a famous brain surgeon.
And the two men with him are politicians. You see, I know a few famous people, too.
I guess everybody enjoys a good track meet.
Jim, I thought Professor Craig was supposed to join us.
Well, he said he would. He's probably become involved in some fascinating experiment in the chemistry lab.
Hey, isn't it time for this thing to start?
Yes,